kí wa káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì yìí, ìkànnì bàbá gbàgede life. Ní agbára ọlọ́run, fídíò tẹ́ fẹ́ wò yìí ẹ ò lè rí wò lórí gbàgede ìmọ̀. Àti announce ti pẹ́ wípé orí bàbá gbàgede life nìkan lẹ́ẹ̀tì máa rí fídíò yìí wò láti òní lọ. Tẹ́lẹ̀ láti bí ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì sẹ́yìn à ń post sórí gbàgede ìmọ̀, a sì ń post sórí bàbá gbàgede life. Àmọ́ látòní lọ lágbára ọlọ́run, orí bàbá gbàgede nìkan, bàbá gbàgede life, orí ṣánẹ́ẹ̀lì yìí nìkan lẹ́ẹ̀tì máa rí fídíò wa wò látòní lọ. Lábẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ wá jẹ́ kí n fún yín announcement méjì kan. Àkọ́kọ́ ni pé ibikíbi lórí ṣánẹ́ẹ̀ kí ṣánẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ bá tún ti wo fídíò yìí tó yàtọ̀ sí bàbá gbàgede life, ẹ ṣáà máa bá mi rìpọ́ọ̀tù ṣánẹ́ẹ̀lì yẹn. Arákùnrin kan wà tó máa ń gbé fídíò mi látòrí YouTube, a lọ post ẹ̀ sórí Facebook. Àwọn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ wá ń bẹ̀, àwọn tí wọ́n rẹ́dì láti máa fira wọn ṣẹlẹ́yà láìṣèmi ni. Mò ń wo gbogbo kọ́mẹ̀ntì tí wọ́n ń kọ́mẹ̀ntì síbẹ̀. Orúkọ ẹni yẹn jẹ́ Special Omonze. Let this be the last warning for you, Special Omonze. If you dare pick my video again, if you carry it to your Facebook channel, I am going to report that page. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń gbé iṣẹ́ mi tó ń gbé sórí Facebook ni Facebook ń gbé wá fún mi, ló ń gbé notification yẹn wá. Mo decide láti má report ẹ torí pé mi ò tí wọ́n ọ̀nà tẹ́lẹ̀ ni. I'm using this video now to one Special Omonze page in Facebook. If you dare steal my work again, I'm going to report your page specially. Wọ́n á dẹ̀ gba page yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Má gbéṣẹ́ mi lọ sórí Facebook mọ́. Mi ò ṣiṣẹ́ sórí Facebook for now because of my own security reason. Wọ́n ti ń trade gbogbo àwa sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ lórí Facebook kiri. Torí ẹ̀ mo ṣe stop Facebook for now. Ẹni bá fẹ́ wò mí kó wá wò mí lórí bàbá gbàgede life. Ení nìyẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kejì, ibikíbi channel lórí YouTube tẹ́ ẹ bá ti rí iṣẹ́ yìí tẹ́ ẹ ń wò tó yàtọ̀ sí gbàgede life, bàbá gbàgede life, ẹ ṣá rìpọ́ọ̀tù channel yẹn. Gbogbo àwọn èèyàn ti wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ nísìn torí pọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa ti sá, wọn ò present mọ́. Iṣẹ́ mi ni wọ́n wá focus tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbé. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ tẹ́ bá ti wo fídíò yìí lórí any channel tó yàtọ̀ sí bàbá gbàgede life, ẹ ṣá rìpọ́ọ̀tù channel yẹn. Ení nìyẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ni pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ṣẹ̀ dórí channel yìí tẹ́ ẹ tí ì bá wa subscribe, ẹ lè rí wa wò lórí gbàgede mọ̀mọ́ o, orí channel yìí nìkan náà ni. Mo wá rọ̀ ẹ́, mo bẹ̀ ẹ́, ọmọ tó jẹ́ kájọ kólùbọ̀ lórí gbàgede mọ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká tó jọ kólùbọ̀ ń bì, ẹ jẹ́ kájọ múfù kó gbàgede mọ̀ máa bọ̀ ní channel yìí. Ẹ wo ibi tí wọ́n kọ subscribe sí, ẹ bá mi tẹ̀ ẹ́, àti ibi tí wọ́n kọ tí wọ́n fi aago sí yẹn, notification bell nìyẹn, ẹ tẹ̀ ẹ́. Torí tí n bá ṣe fídíò mi, wọ́n á wá notify yín pé gbàgede mọ̀ ti bàbá gbàgede life ti jáde. Lórí Facebook a sì ń jẹ́ gbàgede mọ̀, but lórí YouTube bàbá gbàgede life là ń jẹ́ látòní lọ. There is no more gbàgede mọ̀. Wọ́n ti hack station yẹn mọ́ mi lọ́wọ́, wọ́n ti hack channel yẹn mọ́ mi lọ́wọ́. Bàbá gbàgede life òǹdẹ̀ la tó ń jẹ́. Tá a bá tiẹ̀ máa ṣe anything sórí gbàgede mọ̀ kì í ṣọdún yìí mọ́ rárá. We are facing bàbá gbàgede life. Ẹni tó bá mọ̀ pé òun nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí fídíò mi, òun fẹ́ máa wò mí, ẹ subscribe sìn sórí channel yìí, kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ tẹ notification bell. Ẹ káàbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí orí channel yìí. Mo promise yín ní kinní kan pé ní agbára ọlọ́run mi ò ní máa waste time yín rárá lórí channel yìí. I will be going straight to the point. Now, ohun tí mo bá wá lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ẹ ti wo, ó dá mi lójú pé ẹ ti máa wo fídíò tí mo fi ṣàlàyé lórí pé láíláí wọn lè gbé olóyè Ìgbòho wá sí Nàìjíríà. Mo dẹ̀ sọ ń bẹ̀ pé fídíò eléyìí tí mo ṣe pé ẹ tún wò. Mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí denial DSS wípé èèyàn 12 kọ́ làwọn kó nílé olóyè, pẹ́ni 3 péré ló wà ní àkàtà wọn, pẹ́ni tó yẹ kó ṣì kẹrin àwọn ti release ẹ̀ tipẹ́tipẹ́. Kí ni implication tán sọ yìí? Báwo lèmi ṣe fẹ́ fault ẹ̀? Torí pé mo ní fídíò àwọn tán kó lọ́wọ́, mo ní fídíò ìgbà tán parade wọn. Màá show fídíò yẹn fún wa. Má dẹ̀ jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu lọ́ọ̀yà àwọn méjèèjì láàyè, lẹ́nu barrister tí ó ń jẹ́ agbẹjọ́rò fún àwọn ẹni tí wọ́n kó yìí. Mo mí pa àwọn Lady K and Co tí wọ́n kó nígbà yẹn ní ilé olóyè ní July 1st nígbà tí wọ́n lọ raid ilé yẹn. Now, àkọ́kọ́ náà ẹ kọ́kọ́ jẹ́ kí n fi dá wa lójú wípé lílọ sí ilé olóyè tí àwọn DSS lọ illegal ni. Gbogbo ẹnu ni mo fi sọ pé they went there illegal, no matter ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó nǹkan sọ pé olóyè ṣe bọ́n ṣe lọ yẹn ní lílọ tó lọ yẹn illegal ni lábẹ́ òfin. Ìtẹ́ ẹ̀tọ́ ọmọnìyàn lójúmọ́lẹ̀ ó ní nílọ yẹn. Dẹ́n nígbà tí wọ́n débẹ̀ wọ́n pa ẹni méjì, wọ́n dẹ̀ kó èèyàn 12 dání lọ. Tó ṣẹ́kù nú àwọn tí wọ́n kó 12 ló ṣẹ́kù ní gbogbo àwọn obìnrin tó kó mọ́, including rọ́pò ìyàwó olóyè Ìgbòho. Wọ́n fi àwọn obìnrin sílẹ̀ yàtọ̀ fún Lady K nìkan tí wọ́n gbé dání. Ìdí tí wọ́n dẹ̀ fi ka Lady K máwọn 3 tó ṣẹ́kù ni pé a ti gbé fídíò lórí Lady K lórí ìyà tí wọ́n fi jẹ ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé orúkọ Lady K gbogbo ayé ló mọ̀. Tọ́ba láwọn Lady K ò sí náà táwọn gbé, wọ́n mọ̀ pé ayé á gẹ̀ tàwọn. Mo wà shocked nígbà tí mo gbọ́ ní kóòtù àná tí DSS lawyer tó sọ pé ẹni 3 péré ló wà lákàtà àwọn táwọn gbé. Ẹ kọ́kọ́ jẹ́ kí n sọ fún wa nígbà tí wọ́n dé kóòtù lánàá, lọ́ọ̀yà DSS ó ṣàlàyé reason táwọn fi kó àwọn táwọn kó yẹn àti ìdí táwọn fi lọ fọ́ ilé olóyè Ìgbòho, torí wọ́n fọ́ ibẹ̀ ni, kì í ṣe pé wọ́n lọ síbẹ̀ ní normal day. Wọ́n lọ lóru bí olè. Wọ́n ò yàtọ̀ Sam Rubber ní lílọ tán lọ yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kà ń tán sọ, torí àwọn náà rí nǹkan múlẹ̀, wọ́n rí ọ̀rọ̀ sọ ní kóòtù. Wọ́n ní Yorùbá Nation, why we are investigating Igboho'S associates, DSS tells court. The Department of State Services, DSS, yesterday failed to produce the 12 persons that were arrested at the residence of Yoruba freedom fighter Sunday Adeyemo, fondly called Sunday Igboho, before the Federal High Court in Abuja. Rather, the security agency filed a 16-paragraph counter affidavit before the court, wherein it alleged that the detained persons alongside Igboho were known to have called for the violent ejections of herdsmen and threatened violence to perceived enemies of peace and being of Yoruba. It further told the court that Igboho and his supporters, including the applicants in custody, are suspected to be stockpiling arms to take over the southwestern states in the country. That investigation in the matter has assumed wider dimension and sophistication. Hence, the respondents sought and obtained a detention order empowering it to legally detain the applicant for 14 days, pending the conclusion of the investigation. DSS added in the counter affidavit that was deposed to by one of its operatives, Abdullahi Magaji. The deponent averred that security operatives had, after a gun battle, that took place on the day Igboho's residence was raided, recovered 7 AK-47 rifles, 3 pump action rifles, 1 stun gun, 2 21 live rounds of 55.56 millimeter ammunition, 1 295 live rounds of 7.62 millimeter ammunition, 1 jackknife, and 19 walkie-talkies. The counter affidavit reads that the activities of the applicants in custody constitute a threat to the national security of Nigeria, that any attempt to grant the applicant bail at this stage of investigation may jeopardize ongoing investigation in the matter, that the respondents will not hesitate to formally charge the applicants to a court or bring them before the court after investigation. The court had, in a ruling last Friday, ordered the DSS to produce the 12 arrested persons who have been in detention since July 2nd before it on Thursday. which was Ano, Justice Obiora Egwota gave the order following a fundamental right enforcement suit their lawyer Pelumi Olajengbesi brought before the court. The judge said the order for productions of the applicant was to enable the court to determine the circumstances surrounding their arrest and for the DSS to show cause why they should not be released on bail, either conditionally or unconditionally. The 12 persons the court ordered the DSS to produce before it are Abdullahi Ofeyagbe, Amoda Babatunde, also known as Lady K, Tajudeen Erinoye, Diekola Ademola, Abidin Shitu, and Jamiu Noah. Others are Abayomi Donald, Adelabe Usman, Oluwapelumi Kunle, Raji Kozim, Taiwo Opeyemi, and Bamidele Sunday. Counsel to the applicant told the court that the DSS kept them incommunicado since, that is, wọn jẹ́ káwọn rí wọn bá sọ̀rọ̀. Cited as respondent in the suit, marked FHC/ABJ/CS/647/2021 are the DSS and its Director General. Àwọn tí wọ́n kó sí ọ̀tán kó sínú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn nìyẹn. Meanwhile, at the resumed proceedings in the matter yesterday, that is Ana, counsel to the respondent Mr. Awo insisted that only 3 associates of Igboho who were affected Matutumbenyeka. Meanwhile, at the resumed proceedings in the matter yesterday, that is Ana, 29th of July 2021, video video 38th of July 2021 ní àná Thursday 29th of July 2021 ó ní pé respondent Mr. Awo insisted that only 3 associates, only 3 instead of 12 associates of Igboho who were affected by the order of the court are currently in its custody. Ẹjọ́ nínú méjìlá káyọ mẹ́ta ó kù mẹ́sàn-án, ẹ bá wa bí DSS pé ń bó làwọn mẹ́sàn-án tó kù wà. Tí ò tí yé mi nìyẹn o, ẹ máa bá mi ká lọ. Awo told the court that only the 2nd, 4th, and 12th applicant, Amoda Babatunde, also known as Lady K, Diekola Adeyemo Ademola, and Bamidele Sunday, are in the custody. He said the DSS had on July 27th handed one of those arrested at Igboho's residence, Abdulateef Ofeyagbe, listed as the first applicant to the police for his release. Káwá ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó kù ẹni mẹ́jọ, níbo làwọn mẹ́jọ yẹn wà. Then pólísì náà lẹ́jọ́ jẹ́ kí wọ́n wá sọ fún wa wípé wọ́n ti fi Ofeyagbe sọ́dọ̀ àwọn bí Ofeyagbe dẹ̀ ni. However, counsel to the applicant Olajengbesi faulted Awo's claim and insisted that all his clients were being held by the DSS. Olajengbesi said, "My lord, this apparent affront on the authority of the court cannot be justified by respondent," he argued, saying it was wrong for the DSS to arrest and detain the applicant for over 25 days and still insist that its investigations are ongoing for 25 days. It is investigated under the law. It is envisaged that under the law that the investigation must have been conducted even before the arrest at all was made. The applicants enjoy the presumptions of innocence under our constitution. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, they know nothing until when it is being proven in the court of law beyond reasonable doubt. If a court is not pronounced a suspect as a criminal, as being guilty, is not yet a criminal according to the law of the land. Ẹ máa bá mi bọ̀. Inú ń bí mi bí mo ṣe ń ka kínní, orí mi ń dàrú gan, ẹ̀bẹ̀ já máa bá bọ̀. He said this is to show to the respondent that this court is above it, and also to show the world that this court has the inherent powers to protect the liberty of citizens. Granting the applicant's bail will not in any way affect the investigations of this case. Justice Egwetu berates DSS. After he had listened to both sides, Justice Egwetu berated the DSS for not complying with the court order which it acknowledged was served on it. stressing that such conduct was detrimental to the image of the agency. The judge said, the court takes the issue to liberty of citizens very serious. Issue of liberty of citizens very serious. And even the Supreme Court has emphasized this point repeatedly. It can be anybody tomorrow. Consequently, he ordered the DSS to produce the applicant in court on Monday, unfailingly. And that Monday will be on the 1st of August. Ola will be 31st, Sunday. Oh, it will be, today is 30th, Friday. Ola will be 31st. Saturday, Sunday will be 1st. On the 2nd of August, Monday, they must produce 13, the 12 of them. DSS actions arrogant. Ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà. Àwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ sí. Reacting to the actions of the DSS, the Ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà describe it as arrogancy and impunity. Totally. The Ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà legal adviser, Mr. Olasupo Olajengbesi, said it is very audacious of them to come to court with such arrogance and impunity and begin to taunt the court that they have just 3 persons with them and that they are detaining them because they have the order of a magistrate court to remand them. Which magistrate? A magistrate court is an inferior court to high court, which gave the order, and the DSS in an inferior government is an inferior government agency to the high court, which is a constitutional creation. So it is the height of impunity and lawlessness for the DSS to come to court without obeying the express order of the court, which is couched in such a way that even a primary 6 student will understand it. Which is couched in a way that even a primary 6 student will understand it. The court ought not to have listened to them at all. And I want to thank the judge for doing the right thing, for upholding the rule of law, for upholding the integrity of the judiciary by insisting that the court order must be obeyed. That is the right thing to do. I hope the federal government will direct the DSS to stop this lawlessness and learn to obey court orders. They are not superior to the law and they are under the law. That is what we call equality before the law. Before a law can be called a law and can never be called just ordinary postulations. Before it can call a law and can leave the status quo of an ordinary ordinary words. Before you can call it a law, there must be equality before the law. Such law must bind on everybody, be it president, vice president, or anybody, unless where the clause of immunity is. Beside that, everybody must be bound by a law, even the DSS of the land. Now, ẹjọ́ yẹn láti gbọ́ yẹn, n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní kóòtù la gbọ́ yẹn. Bí wọ́n ṣe ta síra wọn, bọ́n ṣe bára wọn fà á, àti gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí DSS ń pa pé ẹni mẹ́ta péré làwọn kó. Dear DSS, I want to show you a video now to prove you wrong that those that you arrested on that day were 12 in number. Fúnra yín náà lẹ́kú parade wọn. You paraded the 12 of them. You even mentioned their name. Nígbà tí arákùnrin Yíbò tó àdírẹ́sì wọn. N tí mò ń sọ yìí mò ń bọ̀ náà. Ẹ jẹ́ á tún fídíò yẹn wò.
Igboho could declare, and the possibility that Igboho could declare some of his personal permits and identity card missing in order to see their replacement. It is also to appraise stakeholders that the 5 AK-47 rifles, assault rifles recovered from the building are suspected to be those collected by Igboho'S men from Nigerian customs and immigration personnel at the Zero Post in Oyo State. I think last month or thereafter. The gun fuel, which lasted for an hour, offered Igbo the chance to escape. Sunday Adeyemo, alias Igboho, is now on the run. Igboho may run as far as he can. He may hide as long as he wants. He might have attacked security operations that his friend carried him. But this will be the end of his shenanigans. Soon, he will not have a hiding place. His friends will sure fail him, and the law will catch up with him. The law may be slow, but indeed it will be taken. Consequently, Adeyemo or Igboho is advised to turn himself into the nearest security agent. Those caring and eulogizing him may appeal to or advise him to do the needful. He should surrender himself to the appropriate authority. He, or anyone for that matter, can never be above the law. Meanwhile, those arrested will be charged accordingly. I remind you of the judge. As my theory, the fear of the jail. Thank you very much, and have a very good morning.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ padà. Mo rò pé rí bí gbogbo wọn ṣe tò tẹ̀léra wọn. Yes. Bí DSS ṣe wá, wọ́n ti gbàgbé pé fídíò yìí wà ń ta lọ́wọ́ àwọn kan. Gbogbo ayé ló wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ó wà lọ́wọ́ lọ́ọ̀yà Ọlájẹ́ngbésì pàápàá. Ẹnu kíyẹn dẹ̀ kó play ẹ̀ fún wọn níjọ́ Monday ni wípé àwọn tí wọ́n kórè o bí wọ́n ṣe wá dẹyọ mẹ́ta lọ́wọ́ kóòtù àwọn ò mọ lọ́wọ́ DSS àwọn fẹ́ rí. Ení nìyẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kejì lẹ́yìn court proceedings wọ́n interview lọ́ọ̀yà yẹn. Mò ń bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ á gbọ́ nǹkan tí lọ́ọ̀yà sọ.
Well, the DSS in their usual style came to court to give excuses in flagrant disobedience of the court order. But we are glad that the court has reaffirmed its order. We do not believe that there's any agency or any institution that is above the court. So they are duty-bound to obey the court. And the court has re-emphasized the order. The court has mandated the DSS to produce all the applicants on Monday. And so this is progress for us, and we are glad about it.
The discrepancies about the names on the list and their list, what do we call
You know, the DSS wasn't proper before the court. So we cannot even rely on all the things they are saying. We know for a fact that these people were arrested illegally, and we've come to court to seek the refuge of the court. So we believe strongly by Monday that these people will be produced, and we shall pray the court to release them on bail. It is very important that the DSS as an institution should understand that the Constitution is supreme. The Constitution is above every individual. If we are not careful, we are going to suppress this country and will allow spineless entities to hijack the instrumentalities of power and begin to use it against the common man. And that is the reason why the court must stand, and we are glad that the court is standing to protect the rights of all Nigerians. So we are coming back here on Monday to ensure that the right thing is done. It is really disappointing that the DSS could assume the authority that they came to court to inform the court that there's an order to detain them. It is really embarrassing. The court has clearly said, produce these people and show cause. They are not proper before the court because they have refused to comply first with the order of the court. So we are coming on Monday, and we believe that justice will be done.
For the Federal High Court, where Justice Obiora just finished to hear the case of Yoruba Nation activist Sunday Igboho AIDS case, where then they tried to release them on bail. Now the Federal High Court premises be this, and the case, the judge don't adjourn the case to 2nd of August. He adjourned the case because they no bring the aides to court as in the order before they adjourn the case to today. So the lawyer, they with me here, and Ingo like to tell us some of the things where the justice talk. Oga, how the case go today?
Oh yeah, thank you. The court sat, and the court wasn't comfortable because the respondents, which is the DSS, have refused to comply with the court order. They have refused to produce the applicant before the court. And so the court has frowned against such disposition, and the court has now ordered them again to please bring all the applicants before the court on Monday, that's the 2nd of August. So we are hopeful that we'll be in court and we'll be able to engage such matter. We cannot encourage the DSS to continue to flagrantly disobey court order. There is no institution that is bigger than the courts, that is more important than the courts in Nigeria as I speak today. Every institution of government is entitled to obey court order, is duty bound to obey court order. And also, the Constitution is the supreme, and it's the Constitution that empowers the court to take actions on matters like this. The applicants were wrongfully arrested, and they've come to seek the refuge of the court. And so the court has ordered that they should be produced on Monday, and on Monday we shall engage them to ensure that these people are released.
Last week Friday, the court order say make them bring the aides to court today, but they disobey the order. They no still bring them to court. Wetin be the reason where the DSS gave?
They could not give any reason. They were giving excuses. You see, the DSS was attempting to convert the hollow chamber of the court into a football field, and they are seemingly passing, excuses and raising excuses that are lame, that is not strong in law. But the court has re-emphasized that the court order is the court order, and that the DSS must obey the court order. So we believe that the DSS has no reason not to obey the court order, and by Monday we want to see the applicant to be shown to the whole world. We want to know what is going on with the applicant.
Justice Obiora to still talk say make DSS grant on access to these people. How that one go take help your case between now and Monday?
It will help our case because there's a need for us to interview the people who are arrested, who are in detention, so that we can know the extent of how we can assist them in seeking justice. But DSS, in an attempt to cover up a lot of their wrongdoings, have refused to allow us access to these people. But the court has emphasized that, and the court has actually ordered that the DSS should grant us access to them. And so we're seeing them today. And when we see them, we'll be able to interview them. We understand their state of mind to be able to encourage them that justice is near.
Abeg Oga, I go soon let you go, but answer this last question. For inside court there, then they argue about disparities for their names.
You see, there's nothing that you can rely on that is coming from the DSS today. The DSS that could not even respect court order, the DSS that has refused to produce these people before the court, they can't come with the excuses that some of the names we have are quite different from the names they have. You know, until DSS allow these people to come public, until we allow access to them, that is when the issues as to discrepancies of their names will be resolved.
Thank you, Oga.
Thank you very much.
All right, I don't hear from the lawyer to the 12 Sunday Igboho'S where the DSS custody till now. They never still release them. So this court case, then they come to seek the judge to grant them bail. But the judge will be Justice Obiora Egwatu talk say the case no go fit proceed until in see the people for court. So now the matter now we did they talk so the judge can also adjourn the case till Monday will be August 2nd. So by that August 2nd, we dey hope say then the DSS go obey court order to bring the appellants to court. 12 of them, according to as the lawyer take tell me, we go expect them on Monday, August 2. So between Friday and Monday, the judge talk say make the DSS grant the lawyers permission to go see these people, to talk with them, to yarn with them, to know the issues where then they face, and then the rest of that. But for inside court today, the DSS they talk say when the judge asks wetin make the appellant know they court, the DSS representative talk say investigation they ongoing, say they no go fit bring them come court. They can also talk say their names they different, the names where they their list and the names of the people where DSS carry, some of the names no correspond. So because of that, they no fit identify the aids will be really Sunday aids because of the disparities where they for their name. So now so the matter be today, would expect say by Monday, as the judge talk, the DSS go obey court order because today they're supposed to come, the DSS disobey court order. So the judge, as in the for court today, the para say why DSS go disobey in court order. And the lawyer come follow tell us say now since July 2, where they arrest these people, 9 day for DSS custody. Now remember say then some are accused for these people. Say when they go Sunday Igboho house, they see some kind things like gun, some kind things too. We can't join this in AIDS body to Sunday Igboho. As we talk now, the matter it get as it be. So we go wait until Monday, make we see whether DSS go obey court order, bring them to court, make the judge face the case squarely. Because judge say until in using two korokoro eye, see them for court, they no go fit go forward with this case. So from the things where we dey see, if DSS continue to dey stubborn, judge self say he no go look the way of the case until DSS obey the court order. He won't using two korokoro eye, see the people for court by himself before this case fit make progress. So we dey hope say by Monday, will be August 2, where they adjourn the case go, the people go come court and the judge go start the hearing proper, can give in ruling whether they go grant them bail or not. Because the lawyer say in the request for bail, whether it be conditional or unconditional. Wetin want be say they arrest their people unconditionally. So it mean they pray to the court, may the court release them, whether conditionally or unconditionally. So now the matter now with this so. Now so it take happen for Court 9, Federal High Court, Abuja, where Justice Obiora Egwatu handled the matter of the 12 Yoruba Nation activists Sunday Igboho'S with the arrest. Now the case now carry us come here. So country people, now so it be, we go come back on Monday, to come dey follow the matter to tell una as the case dey go. In case you just dey join us, this na BBC Pidgin, and we come to you live from Federal High Court, Abuja, where Justice Obiora Egwatu bin dey torchlight the case of the 12 Yoruba Nation activists Sunday Igboho'S wey dey DSS custody since July 2. And the lawyer tok say im dey come pray to the judge make dem release them, whether conditionally or unconditionally. But last week Friday, wey dem come before dem adjourn the case to today, Justice Obiora tok say he wan see the aides for court with him 2 korokoro eye. In order say make the DG of DSS produce them, making use him 2 korokoro eye, see them for court. But the DSS disobey court order because the aides no come court. So the judge come dey para say why DSS go disobey court order. He come adjourn the case to August 2. Say until he using 2 korokoro eye, see the people wey DSS arrest for court before this case go fit go forward. So the DSS people tell the judge say they no fit bring them come court because then they undergo investigation. So as they undergo investigation, they no go fit bring them come court. Secondly, say the letter where they write to them, the names of the people where their custody no match with the names where they for the letter. So they no fit identify some of them. Now the judge can say, okay, between Friday, make them correct everything where they need to correct, but he won't be say he won't see them for court before this matter will make progress. So as I tell Anna before, he adjourned the case to August 2. We go come back on Monday, will be August 2, can still follow this matter as it go. This is BBC Pidgin. We will continue to bring an update.
Gbogbo analysis lọ́tùn lósì la gbọ́ yìí. Okay. Nígbà tí DSS sọ pé ní mẹ́ta péré làwọn kó, gbogbo wa náà láti rí, gbogbo ayé ló ń wo Nàìjíríà. Gbogbo ayé pápátá ló ń wo Nàìjíríà. Eré ọmọdé ni gbogbo tó ń ṣe yìí. Nǹkan tẹ́mi kàn mọ̀ ni pé ní ọjọ́ Monday ní agbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo àlójútùú. Àwọn tí wọ́n kó ní pàǹtí lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n dájọ́ pé kí wọ́n fi wọ́n lẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ ká wo fídíò kan táwọn ènìyàn ṣe ń gbà tán fún wọn fóònù wọn. Kì í ṣe tó tètè ọdún náà dà mo gbọ́ sí kan ti padà fi wọ́n lẹ̀. But irú ìyàwó náà fi jẹ wọ́n kódà lẹ́yìn tí kóòtù dájọ́ pé kán fi wọ́n lẹ̀. Mo ń padà bọ̀.
Bí ẹ ṣe ń wò báyìí, a wà ní pàǹtí báyìí nínú hall pàǹtí ní gbogbo àwa tí a pera wa ní G49 tí Abíọ́dún ta ní sísá Abíọ́dún Táíwò òun lè rí ní pàǹtí bí wọ́n ṣe tò wálẹ̀ rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́ òun lè rí wa ìbí ẹran iléyá wọ́n tẹ̀ wálẹ̀ ni wọ́n ṣe tẹ̀ wálẹ̀ yìí lè rí gbogbo wa yìí wọ́n lọ ń juwọ́ sí yìí tó ti yé àwárí àwọn G49 bọ́n ṣe tẹ̀ wálẹ̀ rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́ àwọn ti Island rí wọ́n tẹ̀ wálẹ̀ rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́ agbákádà ara wa o orí àgbàdá ni.
àwárí o àwọn G49 rẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe tó wálẹ̀ rẹ̀.
àwọn àṣàndẹ̀ ni ẹni kọ́kọ́ ń jáde kan wá béèlì wa o àwọn ti grand wá béèlì o fún
pàtí náà wà yóò pàtí náà wà yóò èyí ni Wednesday ìjọ kẹta ìjọ kejì iléyá 2021 July 24th láfíà làwà wọn tó bẹ̀ fọ̀fọ̀ wọ́kàn wá ọmọ ìjọba wa a máa gba ìjọba nìwọ̀n tuntun sọ láti sọ gbogbo ní àbáláyé ló bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀ nínú hall tó kó wa sí tó bá máa fi tó ní ìṣẹ́jú mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún sí wákàtí kan sí wọ́n á tún gba fóònù lọ́wọ́ wa wọ́n á tún ti wá sí ìdáná láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà.
báwọn èèyàn wá wò wá o wọn ọ̀dẹ́ ní bọ́tọ̀ lọ́wọ́.
wọ́n wá sọra wọn ní G49 àwọn 49 tán kó tó wá dùn mí tó yà mí lẹ́nu ni pé ẹnì tó jẹ́ kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ kábíyèsí onífàbí kábíyèsí kíná kábíyèsí àwọn babaláwo ṣá tí wọ́n ti ibì kan bọ̀ jẹ́jẹ́ tí wọ́n kó mérò ń jọ sí òun gan ni wọ́n wá yí ọmọ tó kúlé lórí sìn wọ́n lòun ló pa ọmọ yẹn irú ń tá a wà Nàìjíríà rè irú ń tójú wa ń rí rèé irú Nàìjíríà tá a wà lẹ́ ń wò yìí o irú Nàìjíríà tá a wà o lẹ́ ń wò yìí mo fẹ́ ká jọ lísìn sí ọ́díò kan kódà àwa Yorùbá làwa ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí àwọn Haúsá gan ń sunkún àwọn Haúsá gan ń ké kò sí virtually no place in this country tí security wà mọ́ and the funnest part ni pé àwọn tí wọ́n sọ wá jẹ́ tán wà nípò wọ́n wá rẹ́dì láti máa lopò yẹn bó ṣe wù wọ́n pé kí lẹ fẹ́ ṣe fáwọn wọ́n wá ń tẹ òfin lójú bàṣà báyìí nígbà tó di gọ́fúnà tó máa lọ fi mọ́tò ẹ̀ kírọ́ọ̀ṣì mọ́tò àwọn èèyàn tí ó dẹ̀ sin tó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ jẹ́ á gbọ́ díò yẹn mò ń bọ̀.
ku rage tibin nan zan yi abin nan.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Ku rage tibin nan. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm hearing you.
Who am I speaking with? Please, can you identify yourself?
I'm Dr. Huza Getso, a Security Intelligence and Investigation Specialist, Community-Driven Development Professional, Public and Diplomatic Commentator.
Dr. Getso, good evening.
Evening, thank you for having me.
This is Badegi Radio 98.1 FM.
Thank you for having me.
We are broadcasting from Mina, Niger State of Nigeria.
Thank you for having me.
Now, the news flash we receive is that the Emir of Kajuru has been released. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
The Emir is in his palace, but his aides and the children are still in the captivity. What is going on in Kaduna, please?
Well, this is really very critical, and this is additional details that the common man is not safe in this country. I was driving in Abuja this evening around the presidential villa and the DSS headquarters. A minister's convoy was intimidating people driving. I was driving home. They brushed my car. I was lucky not to be killed by the minister's convoy. They brushed my car. I was lucky. They were intimidating drivers. So this is a message. So now, going back to Kaduna, if the emir is released, what were the process and procedures that were followed for him to be released after being kidnapped along with the same children and other aides? Does that mean it is only the leaders that have the privilege to survive? Does that mean that it's only the leaders, those who are the helm of the affairs, that have the access or will have the access to security, to the safety, and can be protected? There was nothing, nothing happened in Abuja between the presidential villa and the DSS headquarters. A minister's convoy intimidating drivers. My car was brushed. I myself, I survived being killed by the team of one of the ministers who drove into the Aso Drive in Abuja here. So now the emir has been released, who was kidnapped along with his family. Yesterday at Zaria, in the midnight when the gang of kidnappers were mobilizing themselves. I got the intelligence information. I called the Commissioner of Internal Affairs, Security and Internal Home Affairs and Security, Samuel Arwan. I called him. He refused to pick my call. These guys went to Kofar Gayang and they shot one of the people living there at his leg. He is now receiving treatment at the hospital, and nobody can ascertain the number. Either they have gone with some of the people to the forest, or what happened. And for how many days have these kidnappers been disturbing the Kofar Gayan? And the government of Kaduna State and the federal government, all the security formation cannot do something about it. For how long? Yesterday I flight Kaduna Abuja Road. I left Kaduna after 10 p.m. Around 11 p.m. Throughout Kaduna Abuja Road there was nothing like security. Nobody, even in the name of dog. And what is the highest proportion of the length of this road, Kaduna Abuja, is part of the Kaduna State geographical territory. So the question we are asking, a day before yesterday, there was also attack behind the Shika, ABU Teaching Hospital Shika, Gurgufa and Galadimawa and some other part of Shika. It was the Kaurae in Shika and other efforts being made in collaboration that these guys were sent away, and 2 women that were kidnapped was able to be they were forced to release them. So we are not understanding who is not doing what and who is supposed to do what, when, and how. This country is becoming an environment, a geographical environment of uncertainties. You are not safe wherever you are moving. If we are not safe, if the whole emir of Kajuru, by my understanding and knowledge of where Kajuru is, as strategic as the Kajuru is, not very far from the NNPC refinery in Kaduna, where we have machineries, and not really far from Kachia, where we have even training institution for the military, and we have so many military formations. So I wonder if the statement credited to the Chief of Army Staff that they don't have modern equipment to face the criminals. And this is what is happening in only few states, where it is happening in Yobe, it's happening in Borno, it's happening in Kaduna, it's happening in Katsina, it's happening in part of Sokoto, part of Niger. So what if the situation escalated to all other 36 states? Then who is responsible and who is going to be responsible? And if a sovereign state that have a leadership cannot safeguard the citizens' life, cannot safeguard the citizens' property, and cannot safeguard the citizens' integrity. So what is the importance of the leadership? Are these leaders not aware that there were many leaders before them on the same seat? Why is Ibrahim Babangida today? Why is Abubakar Abdul Salam today? Why is Yakubu Gowon today? Who cares if Obasanjo is passing today? These are messages that we're supposed to be asking ourselves, and we're supposed to use it as a lessons. We have been saying that there are no personnel available and adequate personnel to face the security challenges that we have. We made a lot of suggestions. I commended the Isha Kudarios of Taraba State, who made a clarion call that the National Youth Service scheme should be transformed. At least we used to have batch A, batch B, batch C, batch D, batch E. So if we have all these batches and 90 or so of these graduates who are graduating from these institutions, we don't have, government have been complaining, they have put an embargo for employment. So why can't we convert all the resources we have been given, the 2 trillion that the Minister of Aisha Shamsuna, Minister of Finance, mentioned sometime before the Senate and the National Assembly that she has given to the either Minister of Defense or Nigerian Army or whosoever in 8 months can be, if it can be judiciously utilized. How many personnel can that be can that be utilized to recruit? Why can't we invest in the resources we have? We have so many graduates roaming around. They don't have job. They don't have any other skills to survive. And they are also a threat. They are also in a danger. They are also an alarming situation. Rate and employment that is rising. At the rate at which we are producing graduates without producing any alternative for them, either directly or indirectly, or creating any other skills for them, they are also a threat to the national security. I am talking as a professional, and I believe that if you have in each of the polling units, you can mobilize minimum of 20 literate and illiterate that you can train on basic intelligence and basic security activities that they can support even in the front states and local governments. I have cried with my eye today. I find it very difficult for how we are managing ourselves. I don't know where our leaders are facing themselves. I don't know if really they have heart. I don't know if really they have feelings. When hundreds are being killed every day, when we are losing hundreds every day in almost all parts of the country, and yet they cannot turn back their faces. Yet they are intimidating us in the cities. They are intimidating us with the siren. They are intimidating us everywhere. People are being killed in Katsina. People are being killed in Sokoto. People are being killed in Kaduna. Many are being kidnapped for ransom. Many people don't have the ransom to pay.
Sorry.
Why? What leaders do we have? What is the essence of the leadership? If the whole chief of army staff will come out and clearly mention that we don't have enough equipment, armament that we can face the criminals. So where are the criminals getting the arm from? We have been providing intelligence information. The national security operatives are not listening. They are not utilizing the intelligence. Those who are being paid to do the job, they are not doing their job, and nobody is checking them. The chief of the national security advisor mentioned very clear in an audible message through the BBC House 2-3 months ago that huge amount of money has been budgeted, and we know about it. No government since independence budgeted, allocated, and spent money on security to the extent of what Buhari administration spent. Those people he appointed, what are they doing? What are they doing? There are a lot of policies, and these policies are not being utilized. Look at the young children that are less than 10, less than 12, less than 14, being kidnapped from Tegina. Nobody is talking about it. One judge that was kidnapped in Katsina, he was released after payment of 1 million by his family. And he has been in the captivity for over 2 months. They were asking, how many were they asking about the emir of Kajuru and his family? So how the question is, how did he get back to his palace? And if these criminals are giving ultimatum to the sovereign states, so which state are we? Is Nigeria really a...
Cherry, it got to a stage the man started crying. Àwọn northerners náà ń ké lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Let's cross our fingers. Let us cross it. Káwa máa wo the turn of events kí ló fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ọjọ́ Monday. Tẹ́mi mọ̀ ni pé ọjọ́ Monday yẹn á tọ́ fún DSS. torí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n rò pé àwọn gbé yìí how can a DSS be telling court of law high court wípé magistrate court nílẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ǹbí ti fún àwọn láṣẹ káwọn hold àwọn ẹni more than enough days torí pa what kind of investigation level fi 27 days ṣe not on the 1st di on the 29th tọ́ ní kẹ́ kó wọn wáyìí wọ́n ti kọ́ ní kọ́ kó wọn wá ń jẹjọ wọn ò kó wọn wá yesterday 29th yesterday 28th they refused to bring them again yesterday 29th they refused to bring them again wọ́n ti ní kọ́ kó wọn wá Monday ẹ jẹ́ ká wo ohun tí DSS fẹ́ ṣe bóyá ẹni mẹ́ta péré ni wọ́n máa wá kó wá ebi wọ́n á dẹ̀ sọ ibi táwọn tó kù wá fún wa ká gbọ́ fúnra ara wọn fídíò tẹ wò tán yẹn àwọn náà ni wọ́n ṣe fúnra wọn náà pàrédì àwọn ènìyàn wípé méjèèjìlá tó wà lákàtà àwọn rèé wọ́n fẹnu ara wọn sọ pé àwọn ti release àwọn obìnrin táwọn kó lẹ́yìn Lady K nìkan táwọn ò filẹ̀ fúnra yín náà lẹ tó ka orúkọ wọn gbogbo alákùrí inú fídíò yẹn ibi táwọn tó kù wá wà DSS á sọ fún wa wọ́n á sọ fún wa ẹ jẹ́ á máa wo tútọ́ fẹ́ pa ìtọ́ láwọn fọlọ́pàá ká bá àwọn ọlọ́pàá léèrè ẹ gbọ́ ṣé lóòótọ́ ni wọ́n ti mú ẹni yìí fún yín tí kì bá ṣe pé tí mò ń rò tẹ́yìn náà rò lèmi náà rò Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ á rí ẹ jẹ́ àjọ máa wo kí ló fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ implication kan tí àwọn DSS ṣe ò ní pé wọ́n fẹ́ fẹ̀dí Nàìjíríà sí gbogbo ayé kí wọ́n wò pé tó lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí ìjọba yóò rẹ́dí láti tẹ̀ lófin ìjọba tinú mi ni máa ṣe la wà báyìí ìtumọ̀ tó mean nìyẹn tí wọ́n bá fi lè produce àwọn ẹni yẹn ní ọjọ́ Monday tàbí tí wọ́n ń bọ̀ lóòótọ́ tó jẹ́ ní mẹ́ta péré náà kó à ń jẹ́ kí n já yín sí kinní kan kò sí nǹkan tó ń ṣe DSS tó ń fìfẹ́ kọ́ àwọn ẹni ìwà court wọ́n mọ tó ń ṣe o èyí tó ń ṣe ni pé wọ́n mọ̀ pé jọ́ táwọn ẹni ìbá fojú kan court jọ́ ẹ̀ náà lọlé àkọ́kọ́ náà wọ́n mọ̀ pé ó wà illegal fáwọn láti arrest wọn ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn ò ní ẹ̀sùn kankan táwọn fẹ́ fi mú wọn gbogbo excuses tó ń give yẹn gbogbo ẹ̀sùn yẹn is just an excuse wọ́n kàn fẹ́ justify ara wọn pé kàn fi lè mọ̀ pé lóòótọ́ ọ̀nà ṣẹ̀ táwọn fi gbé wọn those are the rules of law wọn ò ní lábẹ́ òfin wọn ò ní anything wọn ò wà justifiable they are not justified at all láti kó àwọn ẹni ìbọn ṣe kó wọn wọ́n ti wá mọ̀ pé dìse mọ̀ òfin táwọn tẹ̀ lójúmọ́lẹ̀ náà ló máa release àwọn ẹni táwọn bá kó wọn dé court nígbà tán bá kó wọn dé court ò lè dájọ́ pé kán lọ release wọn n tó ń ṣe wọ́n tán fi fẹ́ kó wọn wá nìyẹn ó wá ti di dandan fún wọn sìn otherwise kóòtù máa sú wọn fún un tó ń pè ní contempt of law apàṣẹ fún yín o mú àṣẹ wáṣẹ lókù nísìn tí kóòtù máa fi sú wọn tó bá kó wọn wájọ Monday tó bá dẹ̀ kó wọn wá tó jẹ́ ní mẹ́ta péré ni wọ́n kó wá wàhálà ní DSS because DSS fúnra wọn ni wọ́n ṣú àwọn méjèèjì láì fún wa pé wọ́n wà custody àwọn bó ṣe máa wá di bí méjìlá ṣe máa di mẹ́ta ẹ jẹ́ àjọ lajúlẹ̀ kájọ máa wò ó ẹ ṣáà má gbàgbé àwọn ẹni nínú àdúrà kí n tí mò ń rò tí mo rẹ̀ mọ̀ pẹ́yìn náà máa rò kó má lọ ṣẹ kó má jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti pa àwọn ẹni tó jẹ́ àwọn mẹ́ta ẹ̀ náà mọ̀ọ́mọ́ ṣẹ̀kù Ọlọ́run ò ní járe lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo tún fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ ṣánẹ́ẹ̀lì yìí tó wà yìí o tó dẹ̀ ti subscribe obi tó kọ subscribe sí kó subscribe sí gbàgede mọ tó subscribe sí tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn ó lè rí wa wò bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ ti kú kọ́ o a ní post sí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ wọ́n ti hack account yẹn a dẹ̀ ní post sí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ orí channel yìí la máa post sí tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti máa wò wá lórí channel yìí subscribe kó dẹ̀ tẹ àmì aago yẹn sáyìn aago yẹn kó tẹ̀ tí n bá ṣẹ́ ní fídíò wà á lè rí wò oníyanṣẹ́ ọlọ́kàṣe o gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wo fídíò tèmi ẹ ṣe fídíò kan tó ẹ̀jẹ̀ jáde before eléyìí ní dìsẹ́mẹ̀nì náà ni fídíò yẹn sọ pé the reason why tí láyéláyé tí Benin ò fi lè release Ìgbòho sí Nàìjíríà tó bá tí ìwòwọ́ náà lọ wò òun ló kọ́ jáde kí eléyìí tó ń wo ìtò jáde méjèèjì ló jọ dájú papọ̀ níbejì ni wọ́n ẹ ṣeun mo dúpẹ́ o títí tí màá tún fi padà wá sí orí ètò yìí mo tún sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ibikíbi tí ẹ bá ti rí fídíò yìí tẹ́ ẹ ti wò tí kì í ṣe inú Bàbá Gbàgede live ẹ ṣáà máa bá mi rìpọ́ọ̀tù channel yẹn then special omonze if you dare steal this work this video or any of my video again and post this to your Facebook page, I am going to report that Facebook page, and I will make sure the Facebook page is being seized from you. I am giving you last warning now. Then I'm giving you an instruction from now henceforth. All my videos you posted in your channel, go and delete them. I am not happy with you. You did not take permission from me. All the videos you posted in your Facebook channel, go and delete them. Special or Monday. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ dẹ̀ ń jíṣẹ́ mi gbé lórí YouTube, ìdájọ́ ti yín a máa report channel yín ni. Tẹ́ ẹ bá gbọ́n, mo advice yín pé gbogbo videos mi pátá tó wà ńbẹ̀ ẹ tètè lọ delete ẹ̀. Torí tí n bá report yín, tí just 1,000 out of my followers lásán bá bá mi report yín, tán bá bá fídíò mi ńbẹ̀ lóòótọ́, they will seize the channel from you. That's just the implication. Thank you very much. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ wò tèmi. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tún jọ kọ́ mọ́ lùbọ́ nígbà míì tí n bá tún ṣe fídíò jáde. Èmi bàbá Gbàgede mọ̀ ló sọ fún wa pé láyọ̀ o.